People may not know what you watch. They may not know what you've read. Let's solve the problem. The intent. I can't see where that comes for you to borrow those money. Time they're gone. You guys are. Is it? So that. All right. So, I believe that we will solve the problem. Starting from the government is asking. Bicycles in the gym. Probably Rolls Royce. Countries are capital. Social, food banks, health security. His mother cooked for him every day. When she went to the market, was she thinking of the marginal cost and marginal benefit? Was she drawing a graph as you people will do? Most of you will draw graph for everything. No, I know you guys aren't like that. Yeah, anyway, so that's what complexity economics actually talks about. So we have to actually begin to attune our mind to some of these things. There's a lot going out there. I was close by saying that an elite consensus in order for us to get to where we want to get to. Many of the countries we have abroad is not quite kosher. It's not quite easy there, really. Every country has its own problems. You can see the protests that are going on around the world, from Hong Kong to Venezuela. I want to also draw our attention to, when talking about elite consensus, what we call public good in economics. I've actually taken some positions, some ideological positions in economics, for example, to the extent that I believe that we don't necessarily have to have a scenario where everybody is being pushed into entrepreneurship. In fact, I'm writing my PhD on that. That look, the promoting entrepreneurship as unemployment solution, lessons from a developing state. So we're going to be talking to entrepreneurs and finding out, because I don't want government to escape their responsibility of targeting full employment for their youth by pushing them into a place to go and start something. Yeah, we know start something. Is it easy? I'm an entrepreneur. I know what we go through. It's tough. Right, but nothing is wrong by focusing also on what they call public good. And what are public good? You'll be hearing that in your economics classes. Public good, very important. And what are those public goods? Things like transportation to a certain extent. Most transportation systems are subsidized around the world. Education, very important. It doesn't have to be totally free, especially at the university level. Think about it. But for example, if university students were earning 40, 50,000 per semester for getting involved in projects, then you can put a little bit of fee. So you collect it. Their parents can pay, but you pay them back something. Everybody will report for duty. The electricity problem in this country will not be solved by every borrowing that they're doing and all the plants that they're importing from abroad. It will be solved when students of electrical engineering, electrical electronics are given projects, 20, 30 of them. Go to that village, go to Kushingoro, go and light it up. We don't care how to do it. If you like, use solar, use wind, use housing. The United Nations rapporteur on housing was in this country. She left about 4 weeks ago. The report she wrote is probably the worst report she had ever written. That 70% of Nigerians crawl out of ghettos every day, even though we have a lot of luxury buildings that are lying fallow. So housing is we have never thought about what housing for the poorest Nigerian until we start to think about what prototype kind of housing do we provide for the poorest of Nigerians who can't afford them. Until then, we're not going to move forward. Health, very important. Public health system. Infrastructure has collapsed everywhere. And of course, security, which is the basic bedrock of everything. In terms of infrastructure, I took on my state government in Ondo State, there's a link road between Ondo and Ekiti State. It's just about 20 kilometers or 25 kilometers. And the next thing, that road has been bad for almost 20 years. I mean, gullies, huge craters in there. One of the worst in this country. And then they say, oh, we got an approval from government, we're going to toll this road. We're going to borrow the money from AFDB, African Development Bank, and toll the road. So I took them up. This is not going to work. That's a public policy fiasco. You want to toll roads, let's toll the trunk road, the major roads. There's a road we're building from Nigeria to Algeria. The way you hear it, you think that Nigeria is the one building. No, we're building our own part. It's from Lagos to maybe Sokoto, Meduguri, all those places, and then further on to the Algiers. And they've made commitment of about to complete that road in 3 years. That's the kind of road that you can toll. Don't toll a road where the commercial activity is not enough to sustain that kind of policy. So anyhow, the ball is back in your court, students of economics and also professors here seated, to begin to elevate and continue to elevate our level of discussion. Yes, great to talk about poverty and anti-corruption, but let us not walk and think as if the world starts and ends in Nigeria. I was in the AFDB meeting in Rwanda in 2016 or thereabout, or 2014, and a lot of Nigerians will get up and talk about the oil and non-oil sector. And I'm moving on. Not oil and non-oil sector. People say, oh, in the oil sector, You're assuming that every country in the world actually splits their economy into oil and non-oil. No. It is your phenomenon. Your reality is not everybody's reality. So poverty is our reality. It's not everybody's reality. Let's learn from those who have been able to overcome it. Corruption is our reality. It's not everybody's reality. We can't use that to define ourselves. We have to begin to take ourselves out of these boxes in which we have found ourselves. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be here.
Thank you very much. That has been Mr. Tope Fashua, the CEO of Global Analytics Consulting Limited. Please, before you take your leave, I have been informed that there is a special announcement for you. The association intends to launch a magazine just in the course of this activity. And okay, I think the organizers are going to contact you appropriately. Please, a round of applause to Mr. Tope Fashua for this important, fascinating, and scintillating discourse. And I am now informed that he's going to take his leave. He has a flight to catch. We wish you the best of luck. Thank you for being with us. We honestly appreciate your presence. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, this is the 10th anniversary conference of Nigerian Economic Students Association, holding right here at Nile University of Nigeria, Abuja. And I can see from the appearance and demeanor of my audience that you are very keen and very interested in the discourse that is ensuing. We have taken much of the time. I understand some of the participants have not even taken their breakfast, and we will have a tea break very soon. We are still within time. May I have the honor at this juncture to recognize the presence of our grandfather in the Economics Society generally. May I recognize the presence of distinguished Professor Mike Kwanashe. Professor Mike Kwanashe, you are most honorably welcome. And we would like to plead with you to please rise and take your seat at the high table, to sit next to the president of the Nigerian Economic Society. Please, another resounding, grandfatherly round of applause to Professor Mike Kwanashe. May I equally recognize the presence of Mr. Bartholomew Okafor. Mr. Bartholomew Okafor, you are most honorably welcome. He is a lecturer and staff at Nile University Department of Economics. You are most honorably welcome. We have the presence of Mr. Chudi Mr. Bartholomew Okafor, lecturer at Nile University Department of Economics. Mr. Chudi Azirigwe from the Abuja Enterprise Agency, representing Dr. Arabi Muhammad Tukur as MD and CEO. You are most sincerely welcome to this important occasion. Please, you may rise and take your seat at the high table. I also have the honor to introduce Professor Ibeli Amali from Nile University of Nigeria, Department of Economics. You are most sincerely welcome. I also have the honor to recognize Mr. Adenuga Adeni O from the Central Bank of Nigeria Deputy Director Research Department at Central Bank of Nigeria. You are most sincerely welcome. May I please have the honor to also invite you to the high table. Mr. Adenuga Adeni O, you are most honorably welcome to this significant occasion. With this, I believe all my guests, the guest speakers, commentators, and anchors of this important occasion are all around, and they are well and conspicuously seated. And with this, we are formally announcing that this occasion is going to take its natural course. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, and without much waste of time, permit me to go straight to the point and invite for the keynote address no other person but the president of Nigerian Economic Society, Professor Sarah Olarewaju Anyawu, to please rise and remain standing, and as I take her brief citation before the keynote address.